If there was anything I could tell my younger self, it would be leave the relationship earlier than you think or don't get into it. One of the reasons why we stay stuck in narcissistic relationships or situationships is because we're holding on to hope of what we thought this relationship would be, hope of what we talked about, even though the relationship never actually ended up being the way that we wanted it to be. And so, if I could look back in hindsight at all of my relationships where I held on for dear life, hoping it would get better, I would go and I would have a conversation with that version of myself who was holding on to dear life out of scarcity, insecurity, and low self worth. The number one reason why we need to let go of a relationship that we know is not right for us and that is not healthy for us, especially if we've given it enough time and we know deep in our gut and our heart and our soul that this ain't it. This is not the dream relationship that our higher power would intend for us. We need to let it go because this is blocking every single area in our lives. When we are holding on to the wrong relationship, you are not creating space and open and energetically available for your soulmate to come into your life. It's also really hard for money and jobs and good opportunities to come in as well. It's not to say that they won't, but for the most part, when you're holding on to anything and anyone that is out of integrity, you are blocking the flow in your life. But the biggest thing is that if you right now are wanting your dream relationship and you are in this relationship as a placeholder or hoping it gets better, just know that it is impossible to become an energetic match to your soulmate or to your next relationship, the end all be all relationship that you really are wanting. I've had a lot of clients come to me and they say, well, for now, this is fine. Being friends with benefits is fine. And I ask them, but do you want to be with your soulmate? And they say, yes. But for now, this is okay. And I'm here to tell you that if you have the desire to be with your soulmate, holding on to somebody as a placeholder or hoping it gets better is completely blocking you off from your partner reaching you. I held on to a situationship for 3 years, hoping it would just get better, or while I was waiting for my soulmate. My soulmate wasn't able to come into my life, even though they were orbiting around me. We weren't able to be a match because I was still holding on to and entertaining my situationship, and he was also entertaining a relationship that wasn't his end all be all relationship. And so both parties need to be doing the work. I also like to throw in that if you're frustrated and you feel like you have been doing the work, you have let go of the narcissist or the situationship, and you're still not with your soulmate, just know they are also going through their experience. It can be sometimes difficult when you are manifesting a person, a relationship into your life, because they also have their lessons, their karma, their agreements, their contracts, their things that they need to sort and work through. They also need to be working on their confidence and their courage. They need to also be leaving a certain relationship that's not healthy and happy for them. So, really just being confident and courageous when you know that something is not fully right for you, go ahead without needing to take immediate action as you're listening to this and proceed with caution, proceed with discernment, but give it to your higher power. Maybe you need to pray about it, ask for the courage of what to do, ask for the clarity. I just like to throw in there and be the mentor that I would have needed when I was younger. And I would have not gotten into a lot of relationships and I would have gotten out of a lot of them a whole lot sooner. The second part in this is that you're also blocking the other person. So, for example, if you're holding on to somebody for 5 years and you know that you're not going to marry them or you still are just not sure about it, you're also blocking them from living the life that they are desiring. You're blocking their soulmate from coming in. So it's actually a way of being selfish and you're completely blocking up the flow. And so all areas in your life are not working. But I like to say that if they desire to be a mother, they desire to be a father, and they want children, they want a family, and you are still unsure about them, you're completely holding them back from who they could actually be with. And so not only is your partner, the person you're holding on to right now, blocked, but the people that are meant to come into their life are completely blocked. So this is why we need to act with courage and confidence and trust moving forward, because all parties actually benefit from it. It doesn't mean that there's not initial pain and guilt and loss and all of those kind of feelings that might rise to the surface. Of course they would. We are human. We have emotions. But at the end of the day, If you know that you are meant to be with your soulmate, your partner, and you're holding on to the wrong person, you're not only blocking you, you're not only blocking your soulmate, you're blocking the partner that you're with, and you're blocking the partner that they're supposed to be with. Everybody is affected. It is a ripple effect. The third thing is that this really affects your health in a very negative way. When you are in a narcissistic relationship or situationship, your body, your energy is usually distorted and negatively affected. You might be experiencing anxiety and depression and fear and even loneliness within the relationship. Maybe it's hard for you to access joy and love. It's hard for you to have energy. Sometimes you can't get your head above water and you have brain fog. These are common symptoms that you might experience when you're in the wrong relationship. When you're in the right relationship, which most people aren't, to be honest. After working with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, I see it's very rare to actually be in the right relationship because most people don't feel worthy enough for it, or they do not give it enough time, or they don't have enough courage to get out of the wrong relationship. So I want to be a mentor to empower you to end up with the person who is right for you. Obviously, nobody's perfect, but there is a partner out there for you that would be a really great match to you if you can start to begin to believe it. So if you're having a lot of health issues, things are just not working out in your life, it's one thing after the never after another. I really have my clients take a look at the relationship that they are in. Again, use your discernment. But if you've been having a lot of health issues and you have not been experiencing much love or joy in this relationship, it's just something to evaluate. I had to be honest with myself. When my partner moved out with no warning, we were living together. We had plans of traveling the world together and starting a business together. We had a place together. I came home one day and he and his buddy moved his stuff out. We didn't even have a conversation. We were literally intimate that morning. So I was completely blindsided. But when I could look back in hindsight a few months later, I realized the night before, I'm not kidding, the night before I wrote God a letter asking him for my husband, saying what I wanted. And boom, the next day, this person was removed from my life. It was almost as if I forgot that I wrote that letter. I just felt like that's so far out into the future. But I knew that that wasn't the right partner for me. God knew that that wasn't the right partner for me. But the blessing in it is that this is why I've created this business that's helped so many people recover from narcissistic relationships and situationships and end up finding and attracting and being with their soulmate, their end all be all partner. And it's my greatest joy in my life. And it stemmed from the greatest pain in my life from that relationship. That relationship was never meant to be my end all relationship. But there were gifts, there were lessons, there were dynamics that needed to come to the surface and to be healed and processed. So, the intention of this episode is to really be honest with yourself about the relationship you're in or the situationship that you are entertaining. Get honest with yourself about what it is that you truly do want. If you want your soulmate, are you acting and believing and behaving the way that you need to be in order to be an energetic match to your soulmate? And is your health negatively affected by the relationship that you are in? Romantic relationship that we are in affects every single area of our life. It's why sometimes I'm like, I could charge absolutely anything for my one-on-one coaching because of how much somebody's life can change based on them getting out of the wrong relationship or getting into the right relationship. I know the ripple effect of that investment, and it is everything. Think about it. Anytime you're bothered, you're upset, you're having anxiety, you're having fear, for the most part, it's related to the romantic relationship or some decision based off of that. And so I am praying with you. I have intentions for you. I hope that you make solid, clear choices out of your worth and out of abundance and out of trust. You can take this as a time to really reconnect with your higher power. Give up your will, ask for your higher power's will. Be willing to be led, to be guided. Ask for the courage, the confidence, the stamina, the endurance, the patience in order to make the right decisions and right choices. But also know that when something's off, you can trust it. You don't need to hold on for dear life. So take this episode as you will. I'd love to hear your breakthroughs. Send me a message on Instagram at Dr.Onalee. If at the time of this recording, I'm still doing one-on-one coaching, send me a message if you're interested. I most likely will be doing group coaching or putting out my course where you can go ahead and do the recovery process from narcissistic relationships and situationships. I'm sending you so much love. I look forward to connecting, and I'm so excited for your breakthrough from this episode. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I will be sharing more with you soon.